everyone and welcome to Nerd Goblinart. I'm Lula. Right, I got these recently from Beebeecraft. They were part of the affiliate program for YouTubers where they send you stuff. They are bottle stopper tops. Anyway, I'm going to be filling them with some of these bluey type stones and pinky stones. In the bluey stones, I'm going to be putting the silver flake, and in the pink one the gold, and I'm also going to be using my diamond frost. I've already mixed up my resin. The set came with 10. Plenty, lots. So that's really cool. They did not, however, come with the stoppers. So if you do happen to order from them, do check, make sure that you order those as well. I ended up getting mine separately. So I'm adding these little pink stones are from Hobbycraft here in the UK. I'm assuming that they are available in many places. Not used them before, so I'm looking forward to using them today. The gold flake, if you've worked with this stuff, you know it is an utter nightmare. So I'm trying to be as neat as I possibly can. And because the stones are already in that resin, stirring it up is going to break it up nicely inside the resin. Now I'm using resin from Teexpert. Lovely resin to use. I've got no complaints about it so far. Does exactly what it says on the tin, so to speak. It's a 1-to-1. And I get it, usually I order it via Amazon. And the link is in the description box below. So I have sprayed with some isopropyl alcohol, and I'm spraying the tops with them as well. So there we go, and mixing that in. Now there definitely is a neater way of doing this, but I didn't quite find it. I don't know what the better way could have been. Potentially I could have put the resin in and then added the stone, but I'm not entirely sure, in all honesty. So we just put up with me making mess and cleaning my mess up as much as possible. I see here I did have a go at, maybe just putting them in after the event, but I just wasn't sure. I couldn't seem to find my groove on this one. So we'll just enjoy me blundering through and trying my best. I mixed up 8 fluid ounces of resin, and I separated probably into half. But when you're putting things like, the fillers in, especially things like stones, you're going to end up with a nice amount of resin to play with. And where I'm like, I don't like mess. So I apologise if I irritate you by constantly wiping up. So I'm going to put some music on while I fill these ones up. Oh, and Happy New Year! It's New Year's Day when this one's going out, so I hope you're well. I hope you've had a lovely evening celebrating. I was probably in bed by 9 p.m. Not much of a party animal. Like to play a few games with my family, tend to have like a takeaway or something, and then I just go to bed. Enjoy some music.
Counterfeit need to change, no use to try. Mirror reflex and know it and grin. New year starts, I'll dive right in. I'm already awesome, don't need to prove. No resolutions, no moves to move. I'm rocking steady on this groove. Gotta keep on shining smooth. Lights flash bright, the countdown gone. New year dawns, but I'm still on. No new tricks, just the same old song. Already perfect, just string along. I'm already awesome, don't need to prove. No resolutions, no moves to move. I'm rocking steady on this groove. Gotta keep on shining smooth. Oh, they all scurry, making lists. I'm chill, no goals I've missed. Oh, waves of change I will resist. Staying true, it's bliss. Dressing up for the same old fame. No need to pause and stop the game. Living life with no new shame. Joyride's free, wild and tame. Already awesome, don't need to prove. No resolutions, no moves to move. I'm rocking steady on this groove. Gotta keep on shining smooth. Oh, lights flash bright, the countdown gone. New year dawns, but I'm still on. No new tricks, just the same old song. Already perfect, just string along. Oh, lights flash bright, the countdown gone. New year dawns, but I'm still on. No new tricks, just the same old song. Already perfect, just string along. They all scurry, making lists. I'm chill, no goals I've missed. Waves of change I will resist. Staying true, it's bliss. Bliss, it's bliss. Dressing up for the same old fame. No need to pause, no stop the game. Living life with no new shame. Staying true, it's bliss. Dressing up for the same old fame. No need to pause, no stop the game. Living life with no new shame. Joyride's free, wild and tame.
Nope, no resolutions from me. Same old nerd, same old goblin. Right, so these little pebbles are from Temu, as far as I remember. I have had them for the longest time ever. I just really like the colours in them. So I've added those to the resin, and I did this a little bit differently just by the sense that I remembered to put some isopropyl alcohol, spraying some alcohol on the pebbles as I was putting them in. I added some of my diamond frost glitter, and I'm also going to be putting in some of the silver foil, because I think silver and blue, the frosty, I just think they go beautifully together. Yeah, so there you go. So I'm adding plenty in there. There is 5 of these toppers. The other one is to the side because I asked Mr. Goblin, because I dropped it on the floor. And I have cats, as you know. So I asked Mr. Goblin to get sellotape and give it a clean over for me while I was doing this. Just like the gold flake, the silver flake is an absolute nightmare. It sticks to everything. It especially loves silicone. But using the wooden stick, pushing it down, it's breaking up lovely in amongst those little pebbles. I think it'll give it a really lovely effect as well. And as it's New Year's Day, I just thought that doing these bottle stoppers was a little bit of fun because of all the alcohol probably consumed by many people. because of it being New Year's Eve and today being New Year's Day. I am keeping an eye on the ones I've already made up with the pink, and as you can see, I just give another spray of isopropyl alcohol. Now, my brain wasn't truly engaging. It really wasn't. I knew what I wanted to do with these, but I wasn't sure how to best do it. This seemed like the best idea, but I was still making an absolute mess. I don't think there is a clean way to do it, because these, obviously, they're very small openings at the top compared to many things that we usually pour. And I couldn't just pour it in, you know, because the resin would, there would be a lot of liquid of the actual resin and stones. I know what I mean. I'm sure you probably possibly know what I mean. But yeah, I just made an absolute mess. And I don't have enough resin to waste, so I have no problem scooping up as much as I can using lollipop sticks. It really is terrible. It's obviously we've just had Christmas, we're just coming up to New Year, and I'm only just, I should have ordered more resin like yesterday. Oh, look at the mess I've made. I'm basically down to the last of my epoxy resin now, so hopefully by the time this video goes out, my order will have arrived, ready for the following week. The struggle is real when you have 4 children and it's been Christmas and you have cats and dogs. And you couldn't buy any resin. So yeah, there we go. I don't know how, but my brain seemed to have suddenly clicked at this point, and I started being able to actually do what I should have been doing with all the other ones. Not as much mess. It is like my brain clicked in and allowed my brain and my hands to operate appropriately or properly. Just the tiniest little bit of mess there, look. Lollipop sticks. They're wonderful things. They really are. There we go. And yeah, yes, I know, I'm wiping it up. I'm obsessed. I don't like mess. I know. So, popping these in as well. See? How come I think it was just easier using the paper cup. That's probably why it's much tidier, because I could squeeze it. And my brain finally said, Lou, squeeze it. Squeeze the nip so you can control more. I know. And I have no excuse, because I filmed this a few days before New Year's Eve. So I had no such excuse. So this is the one Mr. Goblin very kindly cleaned up for me, because I dropped it and it was covered in bits and pieces from my wonderfully clean studio floor. Not. Didn't quite have enough resin left in this with the blue pebbles. So I will top this one up with what I have left of the pink ones. It'll be an interesting combination anyway. And what's cool is, even though 5 of these are with the pink and gold and glitter, and 5 are with the blue pebbles, silver and glitter, they're all going to look very different, because that's just the way resin is. And that's what's really cool. Now, I might put these, I will probably be putting a few of these onto my website. I'll probably put 1 or 2 in the shop. And I'll also probably give 1 or 2 away to friends. I don't actually drink. I don't drink alcohol. So other than using them as stoppers for bottles of pop, I will definitely give one to my sister and to my daughter-in-law because they like their wine. But yeah, 1 or 2 on the website, 1 or 2 in the shop, and giving others away. So just making sure I'm just going around the edges with my silicone tool, encouraging any bubbles to come up. I'm not overly concerned about bubbles, in all honesty, because the way I see it is these are for primarily bottles of wine. So if there's bubbles in there, they're for bottles of bubbly, you know. So I'm really not precious at all about that. So these are all cured now, and we're going to demold them all, and it does take a good few minutes to demold them. And some of them are a little bit sharp, and I do have to use my deburring tool. And yes, I did manage to nick my thumb. But check it out. I think it's really pretty. I really, really like the effect of the gold foil and the silver foil in these tops. It's really pretty, and I do like how some of them are going to be more full of the little pebbles. Oh, there you go. There's one of that's what you buy separately, and they will be glued on. I think I've seen other people sometimes just place them on with the resin and cure the resin, but I wasn't sure about doing that. Ooh, look at that one. That's fun, isn't it? They're really heavy as well, obviously, because I've put little pebbles in. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to feel a bit heavier, because obviously if you're just doing the resin, you know, it's not going to be that heavy. So I thought using, you know, stones, pebbles, stuff like that, you know, you get more of a weight to them, which, you know, which feels good. And I'm also making sure that I'm putting the moulds back as they are. Great little moulds. They really are lovely little moulds. So thank you to Beebeecraft for sending them to me. And check my description box out below for the affiliate link. And also, if you are a YouTuber, you're only just starting out, when you reach 100 or more subscribers, you can contact Beebeecraft and they'll set you up. They'll send you some moulds and you do a video for them. It's great stuff. Now, this one is the one that I did because I'd run out. This is the one that was topped up. It's not my favourite, but I think it's still interesting. It's a little bit of fun. I do have my dotting tool there as well if I need it to help me break any of the seals. That one's really nice, isn't it? I quite like that one. It's almost like the colour of the pebbles almost remind me of like the world, you know, like Earth. that's looks like Earth and clouds and stuff. I quite like that. They're really nice. And there's very little in the way of bubbles too. There are actually no bubbles. There might be some small micro bubbles within. This is my favourite one, by the way. It's really, really nice. I like that one very much. No, but that resin did really well. And again, I didn't put it through the debubbler. So really quite impressed. So that was from Teexpert, you know, so do recommend that one. I like this one as well. Do you see what I mean by it, like almost being like earth? Yeah, maybe it was just me and my imagination. And that was a cat. That would be Bilbo Baggins. This one, do you remember the Crystal Maze? Oh, it reminds me of the crystals people used to, do those games, timed things to get the to get the crystals at the end. That's really nice as well. I really do love how some of them are so full with pebbles and then others aren't, and just the way the resin's done it, is you've just let the resin do what it does, basically. This one was a little bit more difficult for me to get out, and yep, managed to nick my finger. I'm pretty good at doing that, aren't I? Catching my fingers. Boop, out it comes. So really pleased with these moulds. Look at that. I really like that one as well. And that'll fit nicely on there. Just a little bit of trimming. But that's my fault. That's nothing to do with these two are my favourite. Nothing to do with the moulds at all. It is, that is just me that caused the overage. And it's easily sorted with the deburring tool. If you haven't got a deburring tool, you can just use a craft knife for this kind of thing. But it's as simple as this, just going around and then just checking that it's going to be fine for gluing that on. If you're struggling to deburr, you may want to leave them a little bit longer, because sometimes they're not as cured as you'd like them to be, and it can be a bit too soft for deburring. So always leave it. Or you could use scissors, I guess, to snip it. Some of these would be really cool as they look like they could make cool little pots and bottles, if you're doing like a scene or something. So not necessarily just solely being used as bottles, as the tops of bottle stoppers, but you could potentially implement them if you're doing any dioramas or things like that. Loads of things though you can do with these. You can fill them with flowers, you could just drop colours in there. Suppose you could even actually, thinking about it, do the Petri effect in them. That'd be an interesting one to try. So I had some left over, so I'd done one of my cats. Quite a bit of overage there. That was my fault because I moved them over to my other table for space. But it's easily done, easily coming off with the deburring tool. I actually really, really love these little pink stones. I think they work really well, especially with that gold. I think it would look really nice with the silver foil as well. Not together. I don't think so. But I wouldn't mind doing one of the skulls with these pebbles. I think it'd look really lovely, especially with a light underneath. So there's a little extra. Did one of the little pussy cats. I like putting these in as extras when people order things from me, because they're nice and small and quite light. This one isn't light though because it's got pebbles. But I'm keeping this one for myself because I really like it. Really lovely, like that. So I'm going to be gluing these. I got lots. I'm going to be gluing them on, and you will see in the glamour shots what they look like when they're complete. It was just a little idea, isn't it? I'm aware I could have done a great many of things with different individual ones, but it's New Year's Day. Thank you for watching. Thank you, subscribers and members. Love you and stay weird.
In a room full of colors and swirls, Nerd Goblin art draws a magic world, with foxes that prance and badgers that dance, a whirlwind of dreams with a single glance. Gerald the alligator grins so wide, in enchanted waters he loves to hide. Dragons breathe wonder with flames so bright, each creature born from a magic night. Nerd Goblin paints life in every brush, animals frolic in a vibrant rush. From canvases to tales they leap, in a realm where fantasy meets deep. The studio's alive with swirling paint, creatures so pure they need no saint. Sketches of foxes with tails of light, badgers with moonlit fur in flight. Gerald floats in